Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Mike, and in today's episode I wanted to show you my favorite lens for night and street photography. Cue the intro. Taking shots all around the city can be challenging. The lighting situation can change for every motive and subject, and sometimes you have to keep a very fast shutter speed in dark corners to get all the action frozen in time. I used to do this with my trusty old Sigma, the 24-70 f2.8, and it yielded amazing results. The only downside was its size and weight. This might be the case for Canon systems, especially since the Sigma EF mount lenses were pretty big and chunky. With time I started to shoot at night more often than not, in which case the aperture became a big problem as well. I found a solution to all of my problems. The Meike 35mm f0.95. This little lens is a beast. As I mentioned before, it is one of my favorite lenses at the moment. It has a few shortcomings as well though, so let's dive in. First of all, and my favorite part, it sports an aperture of 0.95, which is truly incredible. The amount of light it lets in truly blows my mind. You can shoot this baby in the city at night with ease, while keeping the shutter speed very fast. Here are a few examples. The bokeh wide open at 0.95 is astounding. Take a look at this. Since it has a focal length of 35mm, which is more than I can offer you, yeah I know, getting old is cruel, it is the perfect focal length for street and portrait photography. In addition to its aperture, the lens is pretty sharp, even shot wide open. Similar to most other lenses and contrary to the usefulness of myself with increasing age, the sharpness increases towards the bigger aperture numbers. The lens is very light and small, and it comes in different versions for each respectable mount. I myself got the Canon EOS R mount because I'm a Canon shooter. The first negative point. This is an APS-C lens. This means you'll end up with quite a vignette if you shoot it with a full frame sensor. This is especially noticeable if you stop down the aperture. Despite this, I recommend shooting it in full frame mode if you have a full frame sensor camera and cropping it afterwards. In case of my Canon system, the final image would be cropped down by the factor of 1.6. This would remove way more than is necessary, as you can see here. It might be worth experimenting with this a little bit. Cropping the images increases the focal length to a 45 to 50mm equivalent, which is still amazing for portrait and street photography. Sadly, this takes a little bit off of the night aspect if you want to shoot stars or landscape. Another thing that might be a deal breaker for you is that the lens is completely manual. You have to focus manually, which can be very difficult if you're not used to it. Focus peaking is your best friend here. You also have to set the aperture manually. This is done by spinning on the first ring here, and this can be seen as a negative or a positive point. I kinda like it, because you can set the aperture however you want, even in between the usual stops. All things considered, I really love this lens. I can't stop using it. If you ever have the chance to try a lens like this, a lens with a big open aperture below 1, just go for it, try it. But beware, you might have to buy one in the end because it's really addicting. Yeah, if you ever used this lens before and have your own opinions, leave it down below in the comments. Make sure to subscribe and like the video if you think I've earned it. And thank you guys for watching. See you next time. Bye.